Hey guys, so this video is going to be a little different. I'm going to be using my real voice to narrate the stories. So if you like it, please tell me in the comments and I'll continue it. Okay, now for the first one. When I was younger, I used to purposefully sing the alphabet song incorrectly to my baby cousin because I wanted him to have problems reading. I must have been around 10 or 11 at the time, and my cousin, let's call him Paul, was around 3 or 4. I would only see him on major holidays, but it was enough that our parents would always force us to spend all our time together. I remember one Christmas, it legitimately felt like I couldn't turn around without having to take care of dumbass Paul. It got to the point where he almost started to mimic my behavior. If I wanted an apple with peanut butter for a snack, he would make grabby hands for the same thing. If I wanted to draw on the sidewalk with chalk, I would draw a butterfly or something and he would make a sad, abstract butterfly with the same colors. I hated it. So whenever I was alone with him, I would sing him the alphabet song but purposefully mix up the letters, hoping it would screw up his reading comprehension. Now for the next story. Messed up on Snapchat, ashamed and scared I'm going to get arrested. I'll get right into it. A couple of months ago, I created a fake Snapchat account for sexting. I started off by adding people from Reddit, Twitter, etc. However, most of these accounts had slow replies or were just trying to sell something. So I stupidly decided to start adding people from QuickAd. At first, I'd engage in normal conversation before progressively making it more sexual. If they weren't interested, I apologized and moved on. However, I got bored of this, so I wrote an explicit message, essentially asking if they'd be down to have intercourse. I added a lot more people from QuickAd and sent this message to all of them. I remember one got back to me and told me she was a minor. Obviously, I was a little shocked and apologized. I went to bed. The next night, I went back on the account and noticed I had loads of replies. Upon reading them, it was clear that many accounts I had messaged belonged to minors. I panicked and deleted my account. In total, it was up for about 3 days. And now I'm extremely worried that my account got reported to police. I haven't been able to eat or even listen to music anymore. I'm at the lowest point in my life. Okay, now for the last story of the day. I'm attracted to minors, want help, am scared to tell anyone. Triggers. I will obviously be talking about attraction to minors in a non-explicit way, but when I am dealing with personally on a daily basis, it's something I've struggled with for the past 3 years, and I just need to get this out. I will also be talking about sexual abuse, which I suffered as a child. Notice, I am not trying to validate, normalize, or say that having attractions towards minors and pedophilia is okay. This is my experience of dealing with indecent thoughts about children and young teens. Please note, I have not and will never wish to harm or abuse a child in any manner. I couldn't live with myself if I ever did. Just because I have indecent thoughts about children does not mean I lack the conscience required to act upon these feelings and thoughts. I can't help how I feel. I need help. But with how stigmatized this is, it is incredibly difficult for me to deal with such a thing. There is, for very good reason, a lot of hate against pedophiles. But people seem to misunderstand that the term also includes people who have not offended and do not wish to offend. This is a throwaway for obvious reasons. A pedophile is not a sex offender. Yes, pedophiles can and do become sex offenders, but I am not one, and I do not want to be one. I do not want to feel the things I feel, and I hate that I do. Please not. I am not in any way trying to normalize or make it seem like the things I feel are okay and are normal. I know they are not. I'm 20 years of age and studying in university. However, unfortunately, I find I still have attractions towards young teens. I guess that classes me as a hebephile, which is an attraction to boys and girls of ages 14 to 15. I don't want to offend. I seriously do not want to hurt children, and I can very easily control myself to not be indecent towards children. But that doesn't stop me from having indecent thoughts around children. The thought of hurting an innocent child in any way terrifies me. I was hit as a child and can't even imagine doing that to anyone else. I also suffered sexual abuse at the age of 7 from an older girl of about 12, along with being autistic. I believe that also caused other problems, as those with autism tend to not recognize body language easily or understand boundaries normally like other people. This led to some issues. The girl in question would constantly hold my hand and caress my hand as she held it, almost every day during break and at lunchtime. This eventually progressed to an incident where she encouraged me to touch her between the legs, not directly on the privates, but close to them, and around the chest area. Me being 7 years old, I didn't really understand how wrong it was. It was never really explained just how wrong it was. It was sort of explained to me simply, but I never properly. This led to more issues. In secondary school, I'd often try to hold hands with pupils and hug them and stuff. And when learned about masturbation, I did it publicly and during class and tried to hold hands with another pupil during a lesson. I got in a lot of trouble in school for being so touchy with others and the other issues around masturbation, and had to learn over a 6 month period to basically train myself to not be screwing, to not be a screwing weirdo, because the damage was already done and everyone avoided me. But I learned, thank God. However, I still have romantic thoughts about teens, despite the fact that I'm attracted to girls around my age. I still sometimes think of children inappropriately, and it sickens me. I'm not afraid of hurting a child because I'm not depraved enough to do something, and I can more than adequately handle my feelings if I see children or am around children. My issue is simple. I don't want to feel like this at all anymore. I hate it, I really do, but I'm scared because of the sheer hate for people like me. I do not want to hurt children or offend or do anything, but it's so stigmatized that I'm terrified of asking for help from others. I don't know what to do. I need help for my thoughts, but I don't know how to get it out there or who to speak about it. I just needed to get this off my chest. I've been dealing with this for years. I honestly thought I'd just grow out of it, and I haven't. I still have indecent fantasies and thoughts about teens, and I'm 20, and it makes me sick to my stomach. Wow, that last story, man, society really needs to change to be able to help these kind of people. Because if they put people down that are, let's call them psychopaths or pedophiles, they're just going to want to commit the crime. It's just, things need to change. Well, that's it for the video today. If you enjoyed it, hit the like button, leave a comment, give advice to the OPs. Well, have a great day.